He was the kind of man who had everything: the money, the power, the reputation. But what nobody knew, was that behind the glass walls of his Atlanta penthouse, Damon Carter was a lonely man. A billionaire who could buy the world, but couldn't buy peace. Every morning was the same: coffee at 6, meetings by 7, silence by night. And silence has a way of getting loud when your heart's empty. Then one Monday morning, she walked in. Her name was Tiana Brooks, 27, sharp-tongued, hard-working, and unapologetically real. She came to clean his mansion, but she ended up sweeping through his life. From the very first day, she didn't treat him like a billionaire. She talked to him like a man. When he gave her orders, she gave him opinions. And when he frowned, she laughed. Nobody had ever laughed in Damon Carter's presence before. It annoyed him. But deep down, it warmed him. He'd watch her from his office window, humming while she mopped the marble floors, talking to herself about bills, and joking under her breath like she owned the place. One day he said, "You always this loud?" She looked up, smirked, and said, "You always this uptight?" That was the first time Damon Carter smiled in years. Days turned into weeks, and somehow, her voice became the soundtrack to his mornings. He started leaving his door open, just to hear her talk. He even caught himself waiting for her laugh, that kind of laugh that makes pain sound like it's taking a break. Then one evening, he found her in the kitchen after hours, wiping tears while scrubbing a pan. He asked softly, "You okay?" She said, "Yeah. Just tired." You ever get tired of people only seeing what you have, not who you are? Her words hit him deep. Because that was exactly how he felt, invisible behind his success. And that night, for the first time, Damon talked. Really talked. He told her about losing his father, about being betrayed by business partners, about how money became his armor. She listened. No judgment. Just understanding. And that night, she didn't just clean his kitchen, she cleaned the dust off his heart. Soon, everything changed. He started waiting for her shifts. He offered her rides home. He laughed at her jokes and started sharing lunch instead of eating alone. He didn't understand it at first, this feeling that made him nervous, that made him human. But love has a way of sneaking in quietly, doesn't it? Then one morning, everything shattered. A security alarm went off. A missing diamond watch. And the only person in the house was Tiana. The manager accused her, and before she could defend herself, Damon said the words that broke her. "Tiana, maybe it's best if you leave until this is sorted." Her eyes watered, but her voice stayed strong. "I should have known. Money trusts nobody." And just like that, she was gone. Days passed. His mansion felt colder. His meals went untouched. And one evening, while searching his gym locker, Damon froze. The watch, it was there the whole time. He sat down, hands shaking, whispering, "What have I done?" That night, the billionaire didn't call his driver or his assistant. He got in his car and drove through Atlanta, searching for her. He found her outside a small apartment complex, sitting on the steps, tired and hurt. When he walked up, she didn't even look at him. He said, "I was wrong. I'm sorry." She said quietly, "You don't get to say sorry when you didn't believe me." Her words cut deeper than any business loss. And for the first time, Damon had no deal to offer, no power to fix it. Just regret. A week later, Tiana received a letter in her mailbox. No money. No gifts. Just one note that said, "Your tuition is paid. Finish what you started. Damon." Asterisk. She cried that night, not because of the money, but because someone finally believed in her dream. Months passed. She graduated nursing school, and on the day she walked across that stage, she looked out into the crowd, and there he was. Quiet. Alone. Proud. When the ceremony ended, she walked up to him and said, "You didn't have to come." He smiled softly. "I never stopped caring." And in that moment, all the pain, all the misunderstandings, faded into something new, forgiveness. They didn't rush back into love. They rebuilt it slowly. Coffee dates. Long talks. Real smiles. And little by little, she brought color back into his world. Love didn't come to Damon Carter through fancy dinners or red carpets. It came through honesty. Through humility. Through a woman who had every reason to hate him but chose to heal instead, because sometimes, the richest people aren't the ones with the most money. They're the ones who finally learn to give without expecting anything back. And as he held her hand on that quiet Atlanta evening, Damon whispered, "You still think I'm uptight?" She laughed. "Only when you forget to smile." And he smiled, the kind of smile that said, "This time, love won." Would you give love a chance if it came from a world so far above yours? Tell me in the comments below, because sometimes, even billionaires fall for the ones who remind them they're still human.